everybody, it's me, Rachel. In today's video, I'm going to do the palette tag that Samantha March and Allie collaborated on. I've seen one other person do this, which is Kelly Gooch, and I was really excited to do this because I kind of wanted to do like a palette like ranking thing, and I feel like this is a nice simpler version for me and my little brain that I have. So I got my palettes here, and I'm going to pull up on my phone the categories, and I will link them down below, and also the other people that I've seen do this. So with that being said, and I'm sure by the time I've posted this there's been other people that have done it, so if you have done it, let me know and I can just add people to the list. That's not hard at all. And so I will, actually I have to turn all of these palettes over because I pulled I have to turn my stack over basically. Now I only have one repeat in here, and I've seen other people do it, and repeats are just fine. They're happening in this tag. So the first is the newest palette. I got All Things Equinox, I believe, from ColourPop. I bought this off of Ulta. I believe it was because it was on sale, and I really wanted to try this. I like the tones in it. It's very kind of a very spring tone to me, so it's really, really pretty. And it's so new I have yet to use it. I'm gonna put it in a haul video, so I haven't used it yet. But with that being said, I really am excited to use it, and let me know if you want to see a video with this. The next thing is the oldest palette. Now this palette is something that I've had for a long time, and I haven't used it anymore. I haven't used it for a long time, but it is from Jessies Girl Cosmetics, and it is a brand that is or isn't sold at Rite Aid anymore. Actually, I haven't even seen, like, on their website, you can't log onto their website anymore, but it's from Jessies Girl Cosmetics. The oldest palette, and it is the Baked Powder Eyeshadow Collection, and it's like beautiful. Anyway, but this is what it looks like. It's really, really pretty, and I have yet to get rid of it. I don't know why. But with that being said, I'm going to link a video that I did of makeup that I'm not getting rid of, and I feel like that's relevant to this because a lot of people that have been saying, they're like, I just don't know why, but I can't get rid of this or something like that. So I'm going to link that. This video, I do believe this is in that video, but I will link that in the iCards. I believe it's over here. Anyhow, with that being said, this is a really pretty palette, but you can't get it anymore, and it's the oldest one I have. So yeah, and then the next one is most expensive. Now, I feel like this is my most expensive, but I could be wrong. That I purchased myself, that didn't like come in a boxy charm or anything like that. And I only have one of these, but I believe it's my Anastasia Riviera palette. I only have one Anastasia palette, and this will be a repeat one, but I really think this is really pretty. And yeah, I don't know why I bought it, because I had some points at Ulta and I wanted to spend it on something nice, and I've never tried Anastasia palettes before, but so this would be my most expensive palette. It's not the most expensive. It actually kind of goes along the lines and stuff of like Urban Decay palettes, but I feel like it's a little bit more. I'll put a price comparison here. Could be the same, but this is the one that I consider my most expensive palette. Okay, and then the most inexpensive palettes, and these may not be considered a palette, but to me they kind of are. These are the LA Colors little trios, I think, or duo or quads, anyway, but I think these are actually really, really great, and I'm going to say they're the most inexpensive because you can get them at the dollar store. So overall, what I've seen is everyone's just using the e.l.f. like bite-sized palettes, when I don't have those, and so, but I think these are wonderful palettes. I have like a whole couple videos talking about this. I will link that video of me using this. It's really, they're really, really great. So if you haven't checked these out, they're actually different and newer. They're like improved from what they are improved from what they used to be. This one has 2 mattes and a shimmer, and then this one has 2 mattes and a shimmer, and they are actually really great quality. So these would be my most inexpensive, and I'm just showing you 2 for like variety purposes, but I think they're really great. And the reason I would say they are a palette because you can really get a great look with just these and not have to add anything else. So I'm going to say those are my most inexpensive. And everyday palette for me, now I'm going to say this one is because for my everyday, I don't just like to use just all mattes and all like neutrals and stuff. I like to kind of add something in. So the reason I'm picking this is because it has really great options for neutral, easy to use, foolproof eyeshadow, but also has some nice colors in there, and it can be fun. You can get really creative with it. This is the Tarte Wild, Young, and Cruelty-free palette, and I am surprised I don't see more people talking about this because it's really pretty, and look how good quality. I mean, it just looks so fancy. So that's what I'm gonna say about it. So pretty, and I kind of don't know the price of this either. And I bought it because I am a cruelty-free YouTuber, beauty YouTuber lady, and first of all, that's what it says, cruelty-free. So Unleashed palette, I think it's what it's called really, but it says that on the front. So whatever you want to call it, you call it whatever you want. But I just think this is so pretty. This is something like if I was to travel somewhere, if I was to take a bunch of makeup with me, I would definitely take this with me, or definitely take a Tarte palette with me because I really like Tarte palettes. So this is one everyday palette for me. I mean, hello? Okay, and then the next is the most colorful palette, and the most colorful palette for me is Take Me Back to Brazil by BH Cosmetics. This is most definitely my most colorful palette. Like, there ain't no neutrals in here, I'll tell you what. I mean, you have these whites and blacks up here, but like, this is the most colorful palette that I own, and I think it's so fun and beautiful, and I love to play with this. This is just one of those ones where I'm just like totally, if I want to be creative, I pull this palette out, and it's just so beautiful. And I do believe you can still get this actually. So beautiful. Smallest palette. So this will be actually the smallest palette that I own. I got it in like a Allure beauty box or something like that, and look at how tiny that is. Look at my fingernail. Look at those pans. Like, they're so tiny, but at the same time, you can still fit a brush in there just fine. Like, I don't know. Tati actually did a video on this palette, but I just think this is so cute, and just very much the smallest palette that I own. Like, tiny, tiny guy. This is my hand. This is the palette. But also it contains 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 10, 12 shadows in this tiny, tiny credit card size palette. Definitely the smallest one that I own. But still cute, and I still use it. Okay, and the biggest palette that I own is this BH Cosmetics Galaxy Chick palette. And the shadows themselves are also really, really big. But it's so pretty, and you can see that I've used it. It's very much loved. And I really, really like this palette. It's so beautiful. It's definitely got all your shimmers that you would ever need, but they have like another one that they came out with that's like a 2 version, but I just really like this one. The packaging's kind of silly, but I still love the products themselves. They're really pretty, fun to look at, and I don't know if you noticed, I like baked shadow, so yes. This is the biggest one. It's like the size of my head. I mean, that's pretty big. Pretty big, pretty big. Oh, right. The next palette is Show the Palette with the Best Memory. I'm going to talk about the Urban Decay Naked Original. Can't get this anymore, as we all know, but it does for sentimental purposes. This will probably also be one of the ones that I would never get rid of. But this is the palette that I remember my husband buying for me, and we worked really hard to get it when it was like came out, and it was super hard to get, and it was like you couldn't even like put it on hold or anything like that. So I remember he was like, I found it, and we got it, and then we went and both got it, and it's really cool. Yes. Naked Original. Still really pretty and still very much loved, but love it. Love that palette. And the palette Worth the Hype. Which one did I pull for that? Oh. I pulled Tarte Toasted Palette. I would say this definitely is worth the hype. If you're definitely into neutrals and you're, you know, you're not into the colorful, but you kind of do want to have a little bit of pop like shimmer or something like that, this would definitely be worth the hype. It's cruelty-free. It's Tarte. Tarte is a great brand, and just a beautiful palette. I really like this. I really like Tarte products, so maybe that makes me impartial, but I do think this is worth the hype. And if you haven't got it, I would check it out. This is going to be probably something that people are going to be like, what are you talking about? Try more palettes. But I'm going to say not worth the hype is maybe Anastasia palettes, because every time they come out, I'm just not excited about them. I feel like they just keep coming out with palettes that almost kind of look the same. That's probably why I bought this one, because it's so different than all the palettes that have ever come out from them. And I'm not saying anything about the quality. They have good quality shadows, but like I don't feel like it's any different than like Urban Decay or Tarte. So, and I like those brands a little bit better. So, I'm not saying that it's a bad brand, but I feel like it's a little bit more priced higher when you can get the same kind of quality with a little bit less money. So, I would say maybe Anastasia palettes, not worth the hype. In my opinion, I'm going to say that right now, because if anyone comes for me in the comments, I'm just going to delete it. So, I just personally don't think that Anastasia palettes are worth the hype. And I know everybody has put, like, there's probably something in everyone's video about an Anastasia palette, so I don't know. Maybe that's just me, maybe I need to try more, but I feel so taboo talking and saying that, but that's my opinion. Like, it was the only one I could really talk about. Okay, show your favorite palette from a favorite brand. So this is my favorite palette from Tarte. Now, Tarte is my most favorite brand. I love to buy from them. They have such a great message. They're cruelty-free. They have vegan products, and I love this palette. It's like neutral, but it's pink and it's girly and it's super sparkly and it smells good. And I really love this palette. I just did a video using this palette not too long ago, so just so you know, I really like Tarte. I actually have a full face of Tarte. So, and then the next is most used. Now I'm going to go to a ColourPop palette that came in a BoxyCharm, and I'm going to say this is my most used palette because I remember using this and loving it for like weeks and weeks, and it doesn't look like I used it very much, but I definitely did. And one time I thought I lost it, or it got misplaced, or someone borrowed it forever. And yeah, I love this palette so much. It's like one of the ones that is like a standout palette in my collection for me. I love the color setup. I just love them. I really love this shade right here. It's just one of those ones that I use. Every time I use this palette, I have to use this shade right here. I believe that it is called Labyrinth, or Go With The Flow. Probably Go With The Flow. Anyways, so this is one that I really love, and I really like ColourPop too as a brand. So I am going to go ahead and link everybody's video that I did see down below. If you wanted to watch them, chances are you've already watched them, but maybe if you'd like to see what everyone else was talking about, you can. If you guys did like this video, please give it a thumbs up, and don't forget to subscribe if you're new. I'm cruelty-free. I'm nice. I don't know what else to say. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll talk to you guys in the next one. Bye.